It is the News Blitz with Randy Wang on Talk Radio 790 KABC. We're here every single day from 5 to 6 talking about the local issues that matter you most and taking your phone calls at 800-222-KABC, 1-800-222-5222, your emails as well at randykabc@gmail.com, and search for the KABC News Blitz wherever you get your podcasts. Los Angeles County is made up of 88 cities, the largest one obviously being Los Angeles. So that's where a lot of the news is made. In fact, there are city councils and there are mayors in these 88 other cities who pretty much operate relatively anonymous, either because their city really doesn't make a lot of news or because there's just too much to cover. So you've really got to say something outrageous to be covered when you happen to be a local elected official in the tiny little town of Cudahy in Los Angeles County. This is how insane the rhetoric is getting over the ICE raids. We've heard a lot of misleading rhetoric from our local elected officials, things that are fairly inflammatory. We've heard people like Ulysses Hernandez saying you got to get out there and fight. We've heard all the people who are organizing with the immigrant advocate organizations to disrupt these raids, even though they're completely allowed by federal law. But this one takes the cake. This is the most outlandish thing I think I have ever heard an elected official say when it comes to ICE in Los Angeles County. Because the vice mayor of Cudahy, by the name of Cynthia Gonzalez, posted a video on her social media last week that was so inflammatory, it got her a visit from the FBI. Because it's one thing to say that these things are wrong, and you can totally believe that. It's another thing to say that these things are unconstitutional. That'd be tough because these are law enforcement officers following federal law, which conflicts with bizarre state law. But that's another thing. It's a whole other situation if you do what Cynthia Gonzalez did, the vice mayor of Cudahy, in a video that she posted on social media and then deleted, but unearthed by sources that gave it to Fox's Bill Mallusion, and now it's going everywhere. The vice mayor of the city of Cudahy, Cynthia Gonzalez, posted a video asking for the local gangs in Cudahy to defend their turf against immigration and customs enforcement. You really can't make this up. If you haven't heard this yet, you're going to hear it right now, and then I'd love for you to react to it. 800-222-KABC, 1-800-222-5222. Your reaction to a local elected official asking the gangs to go to war with ICE. I think we've gotten to a point where the rhetoric is cartoonish. Here is Cynthia Gonzalez, the vice mayor of Cudahy.
Not for nothing, but I want to know where all the cholos are.
Oh boy, that triggers me. Not for nothing. Used to work with somebody, I'm not going to say who it is, but she used to say that when she was being really, really, really mean about stuff, and I didn't care for it.
Not for nothing, but I want to know where all the cholos are at in Los Angeles. 18th Street, Florencia. Where's the leadership at? Because you guys are all about territory, and this is 18th Street, and this is Florencia.
Okay, first off, I don't have any proof of this outside of the video that we're all listening to, but I don't know if she sounds sober. This is, she sounds like she's letting a little loose. Maybe a more reserved person in the light of day wouldn't say something like this, but that doesn't make it right, and that doesn't make an excuse for it. You are wholly responsible for the things you do drunk.
Street, and this is Florencia. You guys tag everything up, claiming hood. And now that your hood's being invaded by the biggest gang there is, there ain't a peep out of you. It's everyone else who's not about the gang life that's out there protesting and speaking up. We're out there like fighting our turf, protecting our turf.
We're out there what?
Fighting our turf.
We're fighting our turf. This is the thing. that an elected official has said, goading the local gangs in Los Angeles County and Cudahy to get out there and go to war with immigration and customs enforcement. I can't believe what I'm hearing.
Fighting our turf, protecting our people. And like, where you at? Bien calladitos, todos los chulitos. I'm like, dude, they're running amok all up on your streets and in your city. And peep, when the big gang...
Do you ever take a step back and realize how bizarre your argument is if you're aligning with the criminal gangs?
When the big gang guns come in, nothing but like quiet, and we're out here, the regular ones that have never been jumped in, out here calling things out, trying to organize people, trying to do the thing. So don't be trying to claim no block, no nothing. If you're not showing up right now, trying to like help out and organize, I don't want to hear a peep out of you once they're gone, trying to claim that this is my block. This was not your block. You weren't even here helping out. So whoever's the leadership over there, just get your members in order.
That is the Vice Mayor of Cudahy in Los Angeles County asking the local gangs, including 18th Street Florencia, to get their bleep in order and get out there and go fight ICE, because that's really the biggest gang out there. She did delete this, but that doesn't undo it. The internet is forever. Your reaction to what you just heard from the Vice Mayor of Cudahy, Cynthia Gonzalez, putting out a video on social media. She recorded this of her own will. She even set up the filter where it shows the text saying that the gang should get out on the streets. And what should they do?
Fighting our turf.
They should fight for our turf. 800-222-KABC is the phone number, 1-800-222-5222. Can you believe an elected official in Los Angeles County is asking the gangs to go to war with immigration and customs enforcement? 800-222-KABC. Let's start with Nick in Glendale. Nick, hello.
Hello, Randy. Thanks for taking my call. That's a special breed of stupid right there. I'd like to really, I'd really like to insult the voting base in Cudahy for one, because it's amazing that they would elect somebody like that. But the question I have is there any, what protects politicians like that in the event that someone is injured because of what she says, or there's violence because of what she says? You know, is she liable, or is there protection because she's an elected official? I mean, what happens in that case?
Well, considering that she's openly advocating for criminal behavior, I don't think that's protected by qualified immunity. And that might be why the FBI knocked on her door already, and they can't confirm it, but it sure looks like she's under investigation. She posted on social media that she needs a lawyer.
It's really astonishing. I can't imagine that we'd come to a time when this would happen. So we're really shocking. I appreciate that you reported on it. It's just it's a new low. It's a new low for us. So thank you.
Just when we thought the rhetoric couldn't get, thank you for the call. Just when we thought the rhetoric couldn't get any more ridiculous in overblowing every single thing that's been going on the last 2 weeks, we get Cynthia Gonzalez, the Vice Mayor of Cudahy,
fighting our turf,
asking the gangs to get out on the streets and oppose ICE. This is a real thing that happened this week. 800-222-KABC is the phone number, 1-800-222-5222. By the way, if you need a little background on who exactly Vice Mayor Cynthia Gonzalez is, well, let me just take you to the City of Cudahy's website. You go to cityofcudahyca.gov. Cudahy is spelled C-U-D-A-H-Y. Well, here's what you need to know. Vice Mayor Cynthia Gonzalez, EDD. Oh boy, she's one of these. Councilwoman Dr. Cynthia Gonzalez grew up in the southeast city of Huntington Park. Oh no.
Doctor.
She wants you to refer to her as a doctor.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. She's the daughter of immigrant parents who taught her the value of hard work. She has lived in the city of Cudahy for over 12 years, where she's raising two beautiful and strong daughters. She received her Bachelor of Arts degree from UC Santa Barbara, has earned 2 master's degrees in education from UCLA, and her educational leadership doctorate from UCLA's ELP program. In addition to her degrees, she has also earned her administrative credentials from UCLA and UC Berkeley. Yes, this highly educated woman is the person that said this.
Fighting our turf.
Okay, then. Councilwoman Dr. Gonzalez also serves as the Legislative Action Committee Chair for the Association of California School Administrators and is a member of the Associated Administrators of Los Angeles. This is a woman who wants to teach your kids.
Fighting our turf.
She has served LAUSD students and families since 2002 in the capacity of classroom teacher, Title I bilingual coordinator, and school principals in the communities of Southeast Los Angeles, South Central Los Angeles, Florence Firestone, and Boyle Heights. Schools that have just stellar graduation records. She currently works as the director of the Pilot School Support and Innovation, supporting 40 pilot schools at LAUSD. The woman who advocated for the gangs to go to war against immigrations and customs enforcement is an LAUSD teacher.
Fighting our turf.
Okay, then. Dr. Gonzalez, by the way, this bio that's on the website has referred to her as a doctor how many times now?
Next slide.
Dr. Gonzalez is passionate about creating healthy and safe communities that allow students and families to lead healthy and meaningful lives. In addition to her work with pilot schools, she leads a Safe Passage Collaborative in the Florence Firestone area, aligning resources and support for LAUSD schools. She looks forward to bringing this experience to the residents of Cudahy. Now that you know exactly who Dr. Cynthia Gonzalez is, the Vice Mayor of Cudahy, I'm going to play you what she said again, completely unedited, making sure that you now have the context that she is a LAUSD teacher, school administrator, doctorate of education from UCLA, master's degree, highly educated person.
Not for nothing, but I want to know where all the cholos are at in Los Angeles. 18th Street, Florencia. Where's the leadership at? Because you guys are all about territory, and this is 18th Street, and this is Florencia. You guys tag everything up, claiming hood. And now that your hood's being invaded by the biggest gang there is, there ain't a peep out of you. It's everyone else who's not about the gang life that's out there protesting and speaking up. We're out there like fighting our turf, protecting our people. And like, where you at? Bien calladitos, todos los chulitos. I'm like, dude, they're running amok all up in on your streets and in your city. And peep, when the big gang guns come in, nothing but like quiet, and we're out here, the regular ones that have never been jumped in, out here calling things out, trying to organize people, trying to do the thing. So don't be trying to claim no block, no nothing. If you're not showing up right now, trying to like help out and organize, I don't want to hear a peep out of you once they're gone, trying to claim that this is my block. This was not your block. You weren't even here helping out. So whoever's the leadership over there, just get your members in order.
That was the video that's going around the world right now. The Vice Mayor of Cudahy, Cynthia Gonzalez, posting on social media last week that the gangs that run Southeast LA County should get out in full force and oppose immigration and customs enforcement. If you would like to react to what you just heard, give us a call. 800-222-KABC, 1-800-222-5222.
Fighting our turf.
Your reaction to this highly educated public servant asking the gangs to go to war with ICE in Los Angeles County. 800-222-KABC. Let's go to Jeb in Huntington Beach. Jeb, hello.
Hey, it's how are you?
Are we
great.
crazy or what? We actually pay that lady. Are you there?
It's wild, right?
Yeah, it's completely crazy. She needs to get arrested herself because she's basically kind of pushing that. And to push that, you're going to have problems with everybody because of it. The chick needs to be fired and basically out looking for a new job, something more humbling.
Yeah, and this might disqualify her from her education job as well, now that the FBI is looking into her, because do you really want somebody who's in charge of educating children in any capacity advocating for the gangs to go to war with the feds?
Yeah, it's crazy. She needs to be fired right off the bat.
Yeah, I think you make a good point. Thanks so much for the call. Appreciate it. It's just, I don't take a lot of things too seriously, but that is so wildly inappropriate. If you're wondering what the city of Cudahy has to say about this, Matthew Seedorf at Fox 11 just got this statement. The city of Cudahy is aware of recent comments made by Vice Mayor Cynthia Gonzalez on social media. The comments made by the Vice Mayor reflect her personal views and do not represent the views of the official position of the city of Cudahy. The city will not be providing further comment. I don't know if that really helps it, that it's just her personal view that the local gang should go to war with the feds. But okay. 800-222-KABC is the phone number. 1-800-222-5222. You heard the tape. What do you think? The Vice Mayor of Cudahy, Cynthia Gonzalez, posting a video on social media saying the gangs should go toe-to-toe with the feds.
Fighting our turf.
800-222-KABC. 1-800-222-5222. Get on the line right now. Want to hear what you think about this. It's the News Blitz with Randy Wang on Talk Radio 790 KABC. It's the News Blitz with Randy Wang on KABC. We're taking your phone calls at 800-222-KABC, 1-800-222-5222. It's the video going around the world right now. The Vice Mayor of the city of Cudahy in the county of Los Angeles posted a video on social media that then she quickly deleted, asking the local gangs to interfere with ICE.
Fighting our turf.
Your reaction to Vice Mayor Cynthia Gonzalez asking the gangs to intervene when it comes to immigration and customs enforcement. 800-222-KABC, 1-800-222-5222. Let's start with Patricia in Anaheim. Patricia, hello.
Hi, nice to talk to you. First of all, I think I heard that she called for the cholos. She sounds like a cholo to me, and I think that it's really a shame that she could have a doctorate behind her name, because you could be a doctorate as an educated fool, and that's exactly what she sounds like. I'm really happy that you mentioned that the FBI is investigating her. We need to do things like that immediately when people like her, like you said, are possibly going to be teaching children this brainwashing. Every place that she went to school, to me, she was probably brainwashed. And she's just a very, very sick young woman. And one last thing, she deleted what she posted. She's also a chicken. If this was her personal belief, stand by what you believe. And why delete it? Anyhow, thank you very much.
I thank you so much for the call. How many people in her inner circle texted her the morning after that came out and said, hey, you were going to get in so much trouble for this?
Fighting our turf.
She did get a talking to from the FBI. There may still be an investigation going on, because this is a new level of the insane rhetoric we've heard of the last few weeks. A local elected official just straight up asking if the gangs could go intervene with immigration and customs enforcement. pitting the gangs against the feds in the weirdest mashup I've ever heard of. 800-222-KABC, 1-800-222-5222. Your reaction to the Vice Mayor of Cudahy, Cynthia Gonzalez.
Fighting our turf.
If you're on hold, stay on hold. More of your calls coming up next. It's the News Blitz with Randy Wang on Talk Radio 790 KABC. It is the News Blitz with Randy Wang on Talk Radio 790 KABC. We're here every single day from 5 to 6 talking about the local issues that matter to you most and taking your phone calls at 800-222-KABC. 1-800-222-5222. Your emails as well at randykabc@gmail.com and search for the KABC News Blitz wherever you get your podcasts. Meet Cudahy Vice Mayor Cynthia Gonzalez.
I want to know where all the cholos are at.
She posted a video and then deleted it calling for the gangs that run Southeast Los Angeles County to come out in full force and step up to the feds who are conducting immigration enforcement.
Fighting our turf.
Your reaction to a local elected official calling for the gangs to go to war with the feds. 800-222-KABC, 1-800-222-5222. Let's go to James in Azusa. James, hello.
Yes, Randy. Why is it those that always want to be called doctors are the furthest from being doctors? And this is nothing but a result of the 20-plus years these colleges, UC Santa Barbara, UCLA, all across the country, the indoctrination of youth. And what's scarier is that she has 2 children, and she works within the school districts, and Lord only knows what knowledge, bad knowledge, she's passing on.
She really does make higher education in the state of California look bad, considering she comes from those schools and she's been a Southern California educator for the past 2 decades.
It's a scary thought, and I feel sorry for her children because I don't think that's going to turn out well. Thank you, Randy.
Thanks so much for the call, James. Appreciate it. Yeah, why is it that certain people just need to be referred to as doctor?
Yeah.
800-222-KABC is the phone number. Let's go to John in Pasadena. John, hello.
Hey, good evening. How are you? Thank you for taking my call.
Doing great.
Are you there? Okay, listen. What people aren't understanding is these people take an act or an oath of office, okay, and they really have to abide by that oath of office, and a violation of that oath of office is a treasonable offense. It's a treasonable offense. And people need to understand that's Article 20 of the California Constitution, Section 3B. And a treasonable offense is punishable by incarceration. That's what we need to figure out and get these people in jail.
I mean, what she said is so unbelievably inflammatory. We can't just let that go. That is, you've seen all the rhetoric that's come out of the last few weeks. It's been crazy, but then you step it up to a whole new level of crazy when you're asking for the gangs to start assaulting or shooting the feds. Like, what are you talking about?
It's a treasonable offense, and the punishment for treason is death.
Thanks so much for the call, John. Appreciate it. I don't know if we're going to go that far with this, but let's start with this woman should not be anywhere near educating children, let alone being the vice mayor of Cudahy.
Fighting our turf.
Let's go to Bob and Encino. Bob, hello.
Well, I want to agree totally with the prior caller. It's not wartime, so I don't think treason in non-wartime situations death is appropriate. Anyway, she inspired me to make up a song about this, and after my legal points, if you want me to sing it, I will. Anyways, first of all, there's something called sedition, which is when you make statements about the overthrowing the government and so forth. And I don't know exactly which statutes apply to exactly what she said. Also, the other thing is I recall the U.S. government under that previous attorney general, who's such a worm, Merrick Garland, prosecuted President Trump for inciting an insurrection, right? Didn't that happen? Weren't millions of dollars spent on that? And isn't this woman essentially inciting an insurrection?
Sure sounds like it. All right, Bob, what's the song?
Where have all the cholos gone? Long time passing. Where have all the cholos gone? Long time ago. Where have all the cholos gone? Gone to federal prison, everyone. When will they ever learn? When will they ever learn?
That was beautiful, Bob. Thanks so much for the call. We'll see you at karaoke night.
I want to know where all the cholos are at.
Highly educated woman there. School administrator. Vice Mayor of Cudahy. 800-222-KABC is the phone number. Let's go to Terry in Cerritos. Terry, hello.
Well, Randy, great show. Love listening to you every day from the home, coming home from work. Got a couple points. First of all, I think a couple callers already, and I'm just reemphasizing it. Our school systems, higher education, have failed. This is the kind of people they put out with air quote doctorate degrees. I don't know how this woman, the way she was talking, is even close to being a doctorate. It just proves that it's just a piece of paper now. There's so many more educated people with less degree that are smarter than this woman. Second of all, the fact that she's teaching our kids, this means the indoctrination will continue to occur at a lower level where she's teaching. And if this is an evidence of, people hating our country and the Marxism that's rampant in our school system, I don't know what else is. And my third and final point, and I'll get off so you can comment, is the cholos she's calling for obviously have more love for the country than she does because they didn't come out. They didn't try to do anything. So she's out there on a platform speaking to, personally, a lot of migrants and immigrants that I've talked to that came here legally. They want these illegals gone just as much as anybody else. I mean, they're citizens and did it the right way. So it's kind of interesting. You go onto TikTok and Instagram, you have a lot of people from the Latino Hispanic community that are speaking out against these protesters, saying if you don't like the country and you're going to wave your flag from the other country you came from, why don't you just go back there? Because obviously you love that country better than here if you're going to fly their flag. So anyway, I'll hang up and I'll appreciate your comments.
Well, thank you so much for the call, Terry. Appreciate it. It is fascinating, right? Because she wants the criminal gangs to go up against the feds. And who are the people that are usually the victims of the criminal gangs? Oh, that's right. It's the immigrant community. Let's go to Cindy in Cudahy. Cindy, hello.
Hi, Randy.
Hi.
Hi. I'm actually from Cudahy. I live in the city of Cudahy. I've been living here since I was in third grade. Anyways, I wanted to share that I was on the Instagram and Facebook groups. I'm a part of their groups. And there's actually people on there that are saying they stand with the vice mayor. It's like mixed, a little variety of both, but there's actually people that are actually with her on this topic, which I find very absurd and crazy.
That is wild. I can never imagine that someone's going to go on social media and defend what seems to be just completely indefensible rhetoric.
Yeah, I was just like, what? Am I reading this correctly? And then other people are just putting things like, well, that's how they're treating our community and we have to stand up and do something. I'm like, what in the world? What world are we living in? Anyways, that's all I wanted to share. I love you guys, and I listen to you guys. I listen to you here and the John Phillips Show, too. Love you.
Well, we're so glad to have you, Cindy. Thank you so much for calling. Call back anytime. That is wild. When people are siding with criminal gangs over the federal government, we might have an issue.
I want to know where all the cholos are at.
Let's go to John in La Habra. John, hello.
Yes, hi. Thanks for taking my call. Appreciate it. First comment I want to make is my grandparents came here in 1905. They're immigrants, so we're all products of immigrants. And the first thing my grandparents did was get on their knees, thank the Lord that he delivered them out of a communist country. And they taught my father and his siblings to comply with the law of the land. And that's what my father taught myself and my siblings. And what is very disturbing is what they complain about is what they're doing. This young lady used a derogatory remark in her Spanish, referring to the agents as pigs. And why is she allowed to get away with this? Another point I want to make is the other night I'm watching the news, watching the protests, whatever you want to call them, the peaceful protests. In the background, a young man was tagging a trash bin, and he wrote on there, "Death to Trump." That is a threat to the President of the United States. That man should have been arrested. If anybody else, like a Republican, would have been doing that, they would have been picked up, they would have been called racist, they would have been removed from social media, the whole bit. I'm getting tired of these whining Democrats ruining our once great country.
And of course, it's just mostly peaceful when you spray paint something like that. It's just unbelievable, John. Thank you so much for the call. Really appreciate it. 800-222-KABC is the phone number. 1-800-222-5222. More of your calls, more of your reaction to Cudahy Vice Mayor Cynthia Gonzalez.
Fighting our turf.
On the News Blitz with Randy Wang on Talk Radio 790 KABC. It's the News Blitz with Randy Wang on KABC.
I want to know where all the cholos are at.
Let's go to Joey in Whittier. Joey, hello. Joey in Whittier, going once. Going twice. Call us back. Let's go to Jim in Santa Monica. Jim, hello.
Hello, Randy. Thanks for letting me on. Yes, that lady should be arrested for incitement. She's trying to, what she's doing is going to start a civil war here. So she should be arrested right away, immediately sent to a federal penitentiary for at least 6 months, not in California. And that's how I feel about it, because it's going to come down to that. You can see it. Every city that they go to round up these illegals, they're showing their allegiance to Mexico, and that's not a simulation. If you don't assimilate here, you've got to go while you can. Thank you.
There you go, Jim. Thanks so much for the call. Appreciate it. Hey, look at this, everyone. 790 KABC welcomes Kenny G at the Bank of America Performing Arts Center on November 12th. Tickets on sale Friday at Ticketmaster.com. But right now, call in number 9 at 1-888-795-2222. Gets a pair of tickets to the show. Tickets furnished by Needle Concerts. Good luck dialing. More of your calls coming up next. It's the News Blitz with Randy Wang.
I want to know where all the cholos are at.
On Talk Radio 790 KABC. It's the News Blitz with Randy Wang on KABC. Let's go to Bill in La Cañada. Bill, hello.
Hey, Randy, I'm not a doctor, but based on a constitutional law class I took in the pre-Hamas era at Columbia University, I think Gonzalez might have a shot at qualified immunity from prosecution if Randy can answer yes to at least one of these three questions. 1, do her job duties include public incitement of gang violence? Yes or no?
No.
Do her job duties require conspiracy to obstruct justice? Yes or no?
No.
Does her job require disavowing her oath to the Constitution that she took as a public servant by inciting insurrection against the federal government?
No.
Well, it looks like she might be a fellow Berkeley genius, Imelda Padilla's future cellmate.
Thanks so much for the call, Bill. Appreciate it.
I want to know where all the cholos are at.
All right, before we get out of here, I got an email from Pete in Harbor City who wants to let people know what's going on over there. Hey, John and Randy, longtime listener here, wanting to flag an issue unfolding in Harbor City that your audience will definitely care about because it can have citywide consequences. A developer is trying to jam a high-density RV park into a quiet residential neighborhood here in Harbor City using so-called public benefit loophole to dodge LA zoning laws, but this isn't a mobile home park or anything remotely livable. It's just a cluster of rundown RVs packed shoulder to shoulder on a 1-acre lot. And it gets worse. This developer has a troubling track record on Santa Clarita. They built on land they didn't even own. Developers say it's tough to build in LA, but this developer bought a dirt lot, filed incomplete construction plans with the city, hooked up some crude utilities, and now planning to charge over $1,000 a month for cramped RV spots, often paid for by the taxpayers through loosely monitored homeless programs. And the city, they were ready to fast track this project until our community stepped up and launched a legal challenge. Our community has raised over $27,000, gathered evidence, and we're heading into a pivotal City Planning Commission hearing this Thursday, June 26th in Van Nuys, hopefully fighting to shut this project down. But here's the real issue. If this project gets approved again, it sets a dangerous precedent. Developers all over LA will be able to build similar RV parks into residential neighborhoods, bypassing zoning laws entirely, all by claiming a vague public benefit. What's happening in Harbor City could be happening anywhere if this isn't stopped now. We'd be grateful if you can get the word out. Your platform can make a real difference in protecting neighborhoods from this kind of abuse. It's so funny because we want to do so much to stop van lords, but this sure seems like a legal developer way of doing van lords by turning a single family lot into an RV park. That's not what this is supposed to be about. If you get a problem with this in Harbor City, get down to the Van Nuys City Hall on June 26th and make your voice heard. Thank you all so much for listening to the show. We'll see you tomorrow for another News Blitz with Randy Wang on Talk Radio 790 KABC.